Hello everyone, welcome. Hello Baron, Pash, JH, Melvin. Thank you Pash for the 11 months, holy moly, almost a year. And also Nim, hello. Alright. It's time to do some dailies, I think. You didn't play Maple yesterday, so you're a casual. Is that how it works? I don't know if that's how it works. I didn't farm for half an hour yesterday after streaming, so I'm also a casual. Yep. Alright, spoilers alert. My blinds are too high and the sun is on its way. T-minus 1 hour. Alright. Please give me a superior. No, there's a blue superior. Not asking for much. Just a drop. Probably drop this. Ah, thank you for the hydrate. Don't forget to do Punch King. I bought the ticket. I'm gonna wait until I get my rentals. Oh wait, I should have done it yesterday. I had rentals yesterday. Ooh. I was gonna say wait until I get rentals, but I did it yes. Oh, well that's a shame. Well, guess we've got to do what we gotta do. Because these ones, right? They expire. I mean, I could just buy the rentals again early. Not ideal though. One day we'll get a Dom pendant. Yeah, they expire at maintenance. I need to do those on my other character as well. Because you can buy them on both servers. Alright, let's do a little bit of grinding to start, and then I'll do my weeklies after. I have so many VIPs. Not VIPs, I have so many MVPs on this. The power of doing bosses. So many self-MVPs. This is definitely one of the best changes they've ever done in this game. Nope. Let's see if we can get some fam cards. So I want to try to get this to epic, or at least one of these to epic. Yeah. So I gotta do just a half an hour grind to cap my procs, get some EXP. And I think I need to do like heaps of my other weeklies. I might do like my Battle Mage, Ren, Corsair sort of stuff. Get those out of the way. Man, I need more energy. I guess if I did High Mountain, I can get 1 energy. Or 1 in a bit if I do Angler. I'm still like too lazy to do Angler though. Because I need 7 energy, I think. Also a slight problem, I don't have much money. So I kind of do need to farm. So then I can get money to buy my rentals next week or something. Yeah, it's a slight problem. How do I get money? Should probably do Ursus. Also might want to start using my express boosters. I feel like I should just be using them. Otherwise I'm gonna get like a backlog of them. And that doesn't sound like fun. I think I forgot to do this yesterday. Yeah, I definitely did. So what are you guys working on today? You guys doing weeklies? You guys just chill waiting for haste? What's the plan? I'm pretty keen on haste, because it's going to be like the perfect opportunity for me to push this RL to 280. I kind of want to get to 280 as fast as possible, so then I don't have to grind on my RL anymore. That's pretty nice. This character actually gets hella frags. Like, Challenger World gives you so much. So I think by the time I hit 280, I don't even need to worry about this character too much. We'll have everything already. The frags will be ready. It's just going to be a case of gearing it. So maybe... yeah, maybe I'll try to... what do I need? I need sub gear. When I eventually transfer, there's also like, yeah, give it arcanes. That's okay. Should be liberated by then as well. How many of you guys are planning on pushing the Kinesis into like C10 territory? Very more on the Seer, that's fair. I also really want to grind on my Kana, but I don't have enough time in the day to do that. It's like between doing all of my bosses on my RL, or sorry, like the dailies on my RL, dailies on my Kana, there's not much time to do my weeklies. That's alright though. I think my priority, I gotta just set it like it's my RL. My RL is my main priority right now. Not gonna take Kinesis too far. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to do with my Kinesis either. Loki, like, don't really want to make it into a boss mule. But if it's strong, maybe. I don't think that the rework was like super amazing, right? It was like okay. Don't remember off the top of my head. It seems like a pretty chill class though to play. But yeah, I'll worry about that when that happens. It's like a week away. Until then, let's just focus on what we got. I think if I can hit 275, and I level up my symbols a little bit, which should be pretty soon. Yeah, like I'm about to level up these symbols. I think I should be able to hit Black Mage with rental gear. That'd be nice. I kind of want to see what I'm up to in terms of my points for my liberation. I think I'm like just underneath 2,000, right? Should be. Something like that. Oh, I'm slightly over 2,000. Okay. So Black Mage gives us 600. So let's say I clear Black Mage now. It'll still take me a bunch. He's slightly overweight. Come on, man. Not like this. If we get lucky, we might be able to get enough cards to tier up a fam to epic. Then I can try for a unique by the time I hit 275. Might have just enough for one unique. At some point, maybe I should try to do the 3 badges as well, so I can train 2 at a time, but then again, I don't get that many cards in the first place. Hello, Shanks. Amon, thank you for the hydrate. What's the endgame loadout? Daybreak Source? Yeah, Daybreak Source, and then eventually you replace the Daybreak with the, whatever the pendant you get from Baldrix is. I don't remember what that one's called. It's like Oath. Oath or something? Is that what it is? Yeah, something Oath. But yeah, Source Daybreak is like realistic best in slot. And then for the people who pushed into hard Baldrix, which I don't imagine a lot of people are doing right now, then there's the next thing. Oath of Death. We don't keep it all the way to the end. You don't, but it serves as damage gift for a very long time because it takes a while to get a source. If you don't see it as a drop, it's like not... The source is not a high priority item. Because to be able to wear it, like, is easy. But chances are, if you're wearing the source, you're still wearing it with the sub pendant, if that makes sense. I'll tell you what it's called when it drops for you. But yeah, you will keep the sub pendant for a while, because what will usually happen, you have like sub pendant plus either Daybreak or like Dom pendant, whatever you have access to as a second one. And then eventually you get a source, and then you'll wear sub pendant plus source. And then at some other point, you will replace the sub pendant with your Daybreak once you start, you know, replacing other items. You got Daybreak and source. I think most realistically, you're gonna use the sub pendant with the source. The Daybreak is still a very good item, but it becomes better than the sub pendant quite a bit later. It's when you start breaking that set. Once you have other pieces of pitch, like the Commanding Force earring and Dreamy belt equipped, then the Daybreak becomes a lot better. Yo! 3rd day in a row that I got a diamond chest. That's crazy. That's actually 3 days in a row. Not green this time though. Was it 2 days ago I got a unique one? Yesterday I got a legendary, and then just got another one today. Crazy. You're trolling if you still make KMS classes? The KMS classes, they're fine. It's just the non-KMS classes are just, you know, otherworldly. This Hexer gives them 1 FD, 1 to 2 FD. Yeah, that is crazy work. But you know what's funny though, JH? There's a very fair chance that for the non-KMS classes, those skills would give 0% FD because they wouldn't develop it. Thoughts? You can tell that I'm traumatized. You lose damage casting it. Oh, that is crazy. Well, that shouldn't be the case. Do you know what they did though? It's like, they power crept the game so much so that they made the initial unlocks worth so much, right? But now they kind of went back on that philosophy. I don't know. I think they kind of cooked themselves a little bit. They power crept too much. And now they're going backwards a little bit. Hello, Tilda. Yo, Tilda has a new symbol next to his name. What is this? #1 clipper. Yo, why is your #1 clip me dying out of a boss? I'll say that V Hiller run though was not my best work. It was not my best work. They front-loaded the damage? Because like a lot of these things, I feel like it's fine for the unlock to give a lot of damage. Because that's kind of the point, right? And then steady gains from there. I don't know, making it bad. Wasn't that the case for Kana for a bit, actually? I'm pretty sure when Kana had got like Vanquisher Soul, or whatever the skill was called, it was initially, if you unlocked it, it made your skill... What's it called? I forgot already what it was called. Well, whatever skill it was, it actually like did less damage, so you couldn't even unlock Mastery 2 or 3. How times have changed. Alright guys. Let's see what we get. Bam. Oh. Alright, now we're on the 150 card plus grind. For that one unique. If you didn't agree for the 2 bursts, you would have gone out. I 100% agree. that was 100% on me. But no, it was good content. And I bet you were cheering for it. Keep forgetting that you're in Gloom. That's okay. I forget that I'm in Gloom while I just, like, the moment I enter. When I do Gloom, the first minute, I just AFK now. Like, I don't even pay attention to, like, dodging it or anything. Just no point, man. At least on the stronger characters, there's no point. You know, after grinding like this for a little bit, this map's not so bad for farming without a vac pet. It's tolerable. I don't mind it because, like, I feel like I don't really mind moving around. I just don't want to move around while attacking. Could be worse. Could be worse. I saw a lot of people saying, like, they don't really mind me buying a vac pet for my rel, but it's like, I don't want to buy a vac pet for my rel. There was a lot of comments. Oh, there was a few comments, not a lot. There were some people who were saying, like, it's fine if you want to, you know, get the vac for quality of life. I'm just like, I don't really want to buy a vac for my RL. But at the same time, it's just because I don't want to buy it doesn't mean I won't miss it. I do miss my vac pet. I just don't think I'll play this character long enough to justify paying for the vac. Because I feel like as soon as I finish Hard Kai, I don't really think I'll be pushing the character. Which is like the point of the vac pet. Investment for Sia. I did contemplate that, but I would rather just wait for the next cash shop transfer. And then move my Kana's spare vac pet across. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to do that now. Can't believe I'm not 285. I know, right? Counts bricked. Challenger World bricked. I'm not 285 yet. I am bricked in Challenger World because I haven't liberated yet. It's over, guys. Permanently gapped by everybody who did Hard Kai week 1. Whatever I'm gonna do, they're gonna have one Eternal over me forever. You'll just get an armor box? Not in my IRL. Dude, imagine I clear Hard Kai and actually get an armor box. That'd be crazy. Just a random... What if it was like the Limbo one? Can you get a Limbo one? Is that possible? Or is it just the Kai... Is it just the Carlos ones? You know, hypothetically speaking, if I did get an armor box, I'd pick a shoulder for fun. Yep. What if I just pick a shoulder? Would people mold at me? You can get a Limbo one. Whoa. If I get Limbo Eternals, I'm picking the shoe. Is the adversary doable if I'm able to click Carlos? I think so? Maybe? I don't know what the range they are. Well, apparently they're about the same level. Apparently. I don't know how much I trust that, though. Cape for aura. You know what? Actually, you're right, Tilda. Because then I can just wear no NX on the cape and just walk around. Can you imagine if you see like a level 280 just walking around with a Limbo cape? That's so funny. You're not wrong. What's the point of wearing shoes? You can't see that anyway. What's the difference between the two versions of Soul Janus? So for Dawn, it's a summon. It's kind of like a fountain, basically. If you're familiar with like it's like this summon here. You see it right on top of me. It's kind of like this. It's one of those. Whereas for the Dusk version, you will see every once in a while lightning strikes happen around the map. That's from Dusk. So one version is like lightning strikes. I forget how many mobs. It's like a set number of mobs. 9 mobs just around the map. Or it's got like a pretty big radius. It's not the full map. So depending on like how you're farming, like Dusk or Dawn can be better. Right now I'm using Dusk because my rotation involves me just like running around a lot, so Dusk makes a lot more sense rather than relying on a summon. But if you're not really moving that much, then Dawn is like pretty good. I think for most players, they'll probably prefer using the balls because like it's good coverage on bigger maps. For classes that have their own class summon, Dusk can be pretty good though. Or if they have a lazy way of upkeeping it, because you still have to attack. The Dusk procs when you like do certain attacks. Only a few more minutes. I'm gonna try to remember to do Ursus. I didn't do Ursus yesterday. I said the same thing. I said after I do my bosses, I'll do Ursus. I didn't do anything. I just did my bosses and left. But then again, now that I actually have Meso drop gear, maybe my money's not that much of a concern anymore. Like if I'm actually going to grind, maybe I don't care about that as much. I mean, free money is still good, but at least I don't have to worry about it. How many of you guys are gonna world leap your character immediately to play it in your main servers? I think personally, I try to keep it in Challenger World just because Kai is a pretty good boss. God, 50 frags a week for just clearing a 10-minute boss or less. It's pretty good. But at the same time, it's kind of fun to like play in your main server. It's like a free angler? Yeah. It's part of the reason actually, because of that, I don't feel as bad doing high mountain. Like, yeah, I could do angler company at the moment too, but just do high mountain plus Kai, call it a day. Ursus for the buffs? That's true. There's also a thing to consider. I think I might have like another 20 Ursus buffs left in me, but I don't think I'll be using them anytime soon anyway. So maybe that's alright. But the buffs are valid though. Especially on your main server. Like, you run Ursus, otherwise you're gonna run out. Depends on what you're doing though. You've not run Ursus since Hyperion. You need to. You're rich. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I've run Ursus in Hyperion actually. Because I don't use the Ursus buffs that often. I know some people like the extra damage for their bosses and stuff. But I think the last time I used an Ursus buff would have been when I soloed X-Lot for the first time on my Kana. But ever since, like before that, I can't remember when I would use it. It's a good buff though. It does add like, what, 30 attack or something? It's pretty strong. Yo, 2 more Soul Erda energy to go. And then I can unlock my next Shine Stone. Buy Ursus, forget to open Ursus, do bosses without Ursus. Unfortunately, that does happen more often than not for me. Or, do what I did earlier today, or not today, on my weeklies. When I tried to do End Seren, I went to Ursus, thought that I bought the Ursus buff, got to Seren, turns out, inventory was full, didn't buy it. That's the special. It won't happen again, I expanded my inventory. You look at your crystals to make sure you didn't miss one. Dude, I've done that so much too. Like the inventory space in this game. Sometimes you're just like, why? Why is there even a cap? I should probably just buy the pouches. I'd be okay if I just bought the pouches, hey. But I'm cheap at the same time. Man, I'm itching to spend my money, but I don't have anything worth spending my money on. I need something more exciting. I want to make fun games. Man, I miss working on my mules a little. It was fun seeing them go up like 1 or 2 mil combat power every event. Low key, I kind of considered doing an account-wide like roulette. Just have a list of all the armors and items that are like 18 star. Get all of them to 19, and then get everything to 20, then everything to 21, then everything to 22. Just like a account-wide roulette. But that might be too ambitious. Kozak coming back? Nah, unlikely. Unless like Demon Adventure somehow has like good burst for P1 Black Mage post nerf, I probably won't play it. Hello, Nick. Where you at? This could have been us. We could have been farming here at the same time. Are there any badges past the Sphere for subs? No, I think that's like the actual limit. You tried, you couldn't? That's alright. It's all good, man. Degen's satisfactory for 2 weeks. I did notice that. I did actually notice that because ever since I started playing MapleStory on Steam, it just downloads better on my computer. I'm sure a lot of people found like a similar, you know, had a similar result. Steam is just a better launcher. But then I saw you were playing Satisfactory. It's like, oh, that's cool. Like, you know, it said like level 1 or whatever it was, whatever the intro area was, and then like a few days later, I was like, what the? This guy's on like level 9 or something? Like, I don't know what your Steam said, but like, I saw that. And I remember telling some of my other friends like, oh yeah, I don't have a duo because I think he got sucked into Satisfactory and I'm never seeing him again. I think that seems to be the case. I actually did. I enjoyed playing Satisfactory. Like I played it very lightly with like my wife and a few of our friends. It's fun. I don't remember how far we got. We didn't play for that long, but I remember enjoying like the general gameplay of like just building stuff. I think when we stopped playing when we got to, it was either coal or oil. I forget what the resource was, but then like the closest, I guess, hub for it was like really far away, and then we were like, I can't be bothered anymore. It's too far. It's like, why is it like 10-minute walk away from our base? I don't want to pipe it all the way back. Yeah, and the whole thing about it being self-sufficient, I think at the beginning of the game, it's hard to be self-sufficient. So, you had to keep, like, kind of looking into it. And we didn't want to do that for something so far away. And we were also, like, too casual to, like, try to find a solution. It was also like kind of funny. I don't know if anyone else felt the same way just now, but I think that was the first time I've seen in a while that somebody has said that they clocked a game. I remember using that term a lot when I was younger, like when you clock a game to finish it, right? Or to like get your goals done or whatever it is. That must have been the first time I've seen anyone use that word in that context in a long time. Did anyone else use that word? I definitely remember using that very, very often when I was younger. Back when, I guess, like, single-player console games were a lot more popular. I remember, like, borrowing my friends' games and trading games so then we can try them out and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, the design of the games has changed a lot. So like completing a game is a lot more difficult, or the definition of completing a game is very different now. But I remember there were a lot of games that were like just very contained. There was a set amount of content that you could do outside of doing things like New Game Plus. Is that what they called it? Like you would finish the core story of the game, and then you had the option of doing the story again, but on a like a heightened difficulty, right? Was that like a very common playstyle? But then like to complete the base game, man, it was kind of fun. One of the things I really want is I kind of want a PS2. Because I remember that was the console that I played on a lot. I never went out of my way to go find one. I probably could just find one on like Facebook Marketplace or something like that and go pick it up, but would I really play it if I bought it? Who knows? Yeah, I forget what, there was a game that like popularized, you know, doing the game again, but on a higher difficulty. Because like you would finish the game, you'll unlock everything, you'll have all the equips and whatnot, and then you run it back again with your like stronger gear, but the mobs are like also stronger. They also hurt a lot more. Good times. Show us the DDR moves. I don't know about that one. Yo, we have the same map saved. We're just using the Maple guide. Me and this guy have been in the same map like 3 times now. Solemn BM yet? I'm probably gonna wait until I get to 275. And also, I don't have the Arcane Force just yet. I'm pretty close to it though. I think ideally, I would like to have 1.3 times damage on Black Mage, but I don't think that's possible. Probably more likely to just get 1.1 times. Alright, let's see if he has this map saved with me. Oh my god, we do. We did our entire dailies together. That's so funny. How do I complete Maple Story? That is a good question. You're done when Inkwell says you're done. How much combat power do you need? I've seen people say that they've cleared it as low as like 50, maybe even lower than that. Ah, he doesn't go to the same map as me here. Yeah, I don't know. How much combat power do you guys think we need nowadays for Black Mage? I've seen a lot of people tell me like different numbers, but it's also like is different depending on your other things. Like if you have a Genesis pass, that changes a lot too. $50 mil for Arel. I don't know if it was like Arel specific. It was just like a bunch of numbers I remember seeing. But there's a lot of like other things that like factor into your damage that you have to take into consideration. Like having good Arcane Force is pretty significant. Having good like Hexa as well. Like these things don't factor into your combat power at all. Depends if you want to play P1. That's true. P1 is pretty gross. I'm sure most people don't want to play through P1 if they can help it. P1's not too bad for teleport classes though, I'd say that much. If you don't have teleport though, it's actually pretty hard. Because of the lightning rods that spawn, the red lightning. I think up until the red lightning, any class can do P1, but the red lightning just does way too much damage and restricts your area. It's just too much. Spuddy, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Get untouchable when it's free. Is it actually? I don't remember playing with untouchable. Does it only stop... Does it stop like all the contact attacks? Or can you still get bumped around and stuff? Stops the dash. Yeah. If you stay far away enough from them, they will only dash, right? Run to red lining just to die? Yeah. I think that's pretty valid. Because honestly, like, if you know you're just 2 bursting out of P1, it's not that bad to play. Just stay dead. Or like run away from the boss and then die to the lightning if you have to, or die to the wall. The thing about this though is that you just waste all. It just feels kind of bad, right? So you kind of like lose 2 lives to stay dead. But again, it's like it's better to lose 2 lives and like 1 life and a door versus getting multi-cursed death. It's pretty bad. You gotta pick your poison. Didn't take door, so you can long pact in P1. What a jank solution. Because how does pact work? Do you have to die to get pact? Are they ever making it so then you can just toggle on pact? Or is that not a thing? Not being able to take door as a Dark Knight is weird. Very strange design. Change to iPhone, but you lose pack to do. I see. Oh. All these complications with Dark Knight? Low-key, kinda glad I didn't make one. I still like the idea of having one, but maybe gameplay-wise, it's for the best I don't have one. Or else a better Dark Knight is, isn't it? It even has like the same attack animation. My stream Discord bot broken. Did you do exclamation mark Discord? Or did I just miss that? I don't think it automatically does it, like doesn't show the Discord. Oh, there you go. Okay, it still works. It's just it's not auto. Spent 10 bill on cubes on Challenge World, no hybrids. Walk of shame, oh no. Yeah. Sometimes the hybrids, they're just so expensive and they just don't show it. Oh, like on the Discord itself, I see. I can have a look into it. I haven't noticed it. Was it like, I didn't check on that. I'll have a look into it, learn. It might have been dead. But man, yeah, the hybrids thing, like sometimes you get characters that can like just scoop them up for free, and then you got characters that can spend like 15-20 bill and see like nothing. You know, for the longest time I was like a huge hater. Huge hater of hybrids, because the first time I tried to do hybrids, and this was like way back in like 2020, right? I legitimately spent probably 30-40 bill, never saw a hybrid. Like, I just wanted my first double line, basically, right? Like, going for them intentionally. I just never saw it. I was like, what's the point of going for hybrids if this is, like, the experience? And I was, like, a massive hater of getting hybrids in general. It took me until... It didn't take me... Until, like, I think when I was working on my Corsair was the first time I really tried to do hybrids again. And this is, like, my Hyperion Corsair. This would have been, like, 5 years later. Then I found out about, oh... The average for hybrids isn't actually that bad. It's like, what? It can be, like, anywhere between 5 and 15 bill per hybrid. As, like, a pretty generous ballpark. Sometimes way less than that, if you get lucky. Then I started going for hybrids on all of my characters. And in my experience, yeah, between 5 and 15 bill per hybrid is pretty accurate. I'd say that's probably where I'm expecting them nowadays. Oh, yeah. Those were dark times, though. I do not miss spending 30 bill for nothing. That was a whole month's worth of cubes. Now, money is a lot easier to come by for me, thankfully, so I don't really feel too bad getting a bit unlucky. Dude, actually, speaking of these things, surprisingly, going for double prime on your Eternals isn't as expensive as you might think. I don't know, is this number correct? Like, I saw in the calculator for double priming your Eternals, like, I'm talking, was it like top and bottom? One of the guys in my guild said, oh, it's cheap, it's about as cheap as it takes to double prime an accessory. And I'm like, what? So you're telling me I can double prime my top for about the same cost as it would take to double prime my ring? It turns out, yeah, it's a similar cost. It's like within 5 bill on average. But meanwhile, going for just normal 3-line is like so hard. that was very surprising. Of course, there's like a lot of variance, right? There is definitely a lot of variance, but I'd say, like, in general, the cubing calculator is like, you know, it gives you a ballpark figure. It's not going to be, like, perfect. But considering, like, the ballpark figure for both of these situations is very similar to each other, it's kind of surprising. I didn't think that it was that cheap. But yeah, for the cubing, it's like you said, it's because there's no like inherent pity, and there's also no track of where you are along the way towards your goal. It feels way worse. Two-line crit's supposed to be cheap? Don't remind me, man. You and me, we are, you know, we're living in our own world when it comes to two-line crit damage. All right, it's time for me to lower the blinds. Seren's on her way. Honestly, closing the blinds doesn't even save me because there's like a sliver of light that still sneaks past. You can see it. It's not great. Alright, that's all of my stuff done here. Let's do some weeklies now. Man, it took me like half an hour to do all my dailies. Alright, what should we do here? Which boss mules should we do? Have my little tracker here. Let's do Battle Mage. Start from the top. There's no chance of losing the item 1 cubing. Yeah. Well, at the same time, now we have like the option to safeguard our item in its entirety, so we can't really lose our items anymore too. When star forcing. Wobble up? I will do wobble up. What the? Okay, I remember to press my G skills this time. Last time I did this boss, did not have my G skills on. What I didn't put on was my Genesis. Hopefully you get the items you need. I think right now I'm pretty easy on items on all of my characters. Because I don't even like... don't even think I can upgrade any of these characters. A lot of my characters right now are just like... waiting to be looked at. Which is a good place to be in, I suppose. Like my battle mage, I have the CFE and belt in the waiting room. Actually also the Zerk. So I just need to actually upgrade them. I just don't have the money. No money. All the money's going into my my Kana's gear. So until my Kana is done, or I feel like it's done, I'm not gonna be able to get back to these characters anytime soon. The only one that doesn't turn into an animal? Oh, I think half of them turn into an animal. The other half not. Drop the Jenny weapon. Hell nah. That is from a past life. I'm not dropping Jenny weapons anymore. What time is it for me? It's about 3 PM for me. What combat power? I think it's about 300. 333. Oh, 335. Do I recommend the class? I think the playstyle is very fun. Like, it's definitely one of my favorite classes, playstyle-wise. In terms of bossing, I really like the teleport. It feels very smooth. I like the ability to, like, quickly reposition on this class. A lot. I think it's very satisfying to play. But the downside is that the class is on the weaker end. And on top of that, too, the farming is, like, kind of questionable. I don't really like the farming on Battle Mage, and it was kind of the main reason why I stopped playing the character. But it's still good though. How's your day? The day was good, thank you. Just pretty chill, cleaned up the house a little bit. Yeah, not much to say. Any drops? No drops so far. I hate this boss sometimes, man. Can't believe it, like, she can teleport you out of your roar like that. Still remember back in the day when the roar would disappear if you left the area. You guys remember that? We played during those days. But yeah, just to go back to the question about would I recommend this class, I think I would if you really like the aesthetic and the playstyle of it. But I think this is definitely a class that you have to, like, genuinely like. I don't think, like, I wouldn't recommend it specifically as a C10 mule, necessarily. Golem breaking the roar? Yeah. Oh god, the golem. You gotta time your mid-burst, because if the platform breaks, you're cooked. It's a little bit more forgiving now too. The area is like quite a lot bigger than it used to be. It's gotta get bigger again? Yeah, it is. It's not even Ring of Restraint anymore, it's just Ring. You know? Before, that was like the whole theme, right? Like the area used to be really small, and it was a high risk, high reward ring, where you got a lot of damage, but you were locked into like a certain spot. Actually, were you able to originally move during it? Wait, hang on, I messed up my burst. Were you originally able to move during it? You were, right? There was a ring that made you get locked into it. No, that was the little turtle ring, whatever it was called. No, there was another ring that made you, like, get stuck. Kerr ring, that's the one, yeah, I'm mixing up with that. In terms of, like, not being able to move. But Ring of Restraint, the area was, like, tiny to start off. Yeah, but before you couldn't leave it. If you left it, it went away. Yeah. It's still 3 minutes? Yeah, but people don't use the Kerr ring anymore. We all learnt to play better. It was so obnoxious, it really was. It is better designed that it doesn't go away when you leave it. But I think it, like... it's a bit funky that, like, the area for the Ring of Restraint is so big. Yeah. Doesn't surprise me that the Kerr ring is still a 3-minute ring. Ring of not so restraint. Yeah, pretty much. Ring of freedom. Debating whether or not to burn Battle Mage, Wind Archer, or Shade. I think if you like all those classes, I can only really speak for Battle Mage. I do genuinely like Battle Mage as a class, but it does lack a little bit of quality of life when it comes to its farming. I don't think it'll take much for them to like adjust that, but I don't know if they will. One of my friends, he plays Shade. He quite likes that class, so I mean, that's a positive, I guess. Like, I actually hear people saying that they like Shade. I haven't really heard much about Wind Archer. Sounds like the Blaze was a solution. Without Jenny. Yeah. But then you'd have to wear a Kerr ring. Shade is a reskinned Ren. Reskinned Ren. Is that how it is now? Farming is why you halted prog. That's literally why I stopped playing mine as well. They made it better, but one of the worst things about this class right now regarding its farming is the fact that the summon duration is still only 40 seconds. Like for me, like the area coverage was like one thing, but the activity of it was like kind of high because of it. Just knowing that I had to like keep in my head that the summon, I had to go place down every 40 seconds. At least now the summon is like a Soul Janus orb in terms of shape. It's not too bad. But for me, it was definitely the duration. I wouldn't even say it's like high APM or anything. It's just that the fact that you naturally have to keep placing down this summon is like a bit annoying. I love the class's bossing though. I like it. I like the class in general. But it has a lot to be desired when it comes to farming. Just extracted 2 epic fans while trying to rank up the first unique one. You can use the lock to stop that. There's a little lock that you can use. If you lock it, it won't be extracted. If you go 30 Jans, you can just press your summon every 40 seconds on the spot. Hell nah. I'm not getting 30 Jans on my battle mage, there's no shot. It's hard to tell, yeah. That's the only thing I can really say though. It is possible to lock them. Aw man, I faced too slow. Oh my god. My battle mage's fat head. I missed. Is easy cast and adversary possible at 81? I have no clue. I don't know what the damage required for these bosses are, to be honest. I haven't tried like doing any of these bosses yet. One's pretty comfy. Oh, there you go. We've got some people advocating for the boss. I've definitely seen people tell me like they cleared Hard Saren with about 100 mil combat power. So that seems to add up. If Saren is 100 mil, then E-Carlos and E-Adversary will be a bit underneath that. Doing dailies on it? Yeah. Doing dailies on mules is part of the reason why I don't play as many as actively as I should. I feel like a lot of my characters could probably solo like Ensaren or something like that pretty quickly, but it doesn't have Sacred Force. I'm not about to go out of my way to do that either. Oh no, I got hit by everything. You're able to clear at 60 to 70 mil. Oh. Oh no. What? It passed me twice. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, my gauge is doomed. Okay. Repaired a little bit. My altar wasn't down. What is this burst? I did nothing. Cleared when your Corsair at 110. Ah, nice. Corsair's actually pretty good against Saren though. At least new Corsair. Old Corsair, not so much. But new Corsair, pretty good. Now that they made the Hurricane, like, actually make all your summons target the boss, pretty strong. Adversary is like, it's just a matter of like memorizing the timings about like some of these skills. The Adversary is definitely a boss that like feels unfair if you're like not used to the timing, because it feels like you're doing everything right, but you can't really tell, if that makes sense. Like if you feel like Adversary is an unfair boss, or like you're doing your parries, you feel like you're doing your parries correctly, but it's not hitting him. Oh, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's like a skill issue or anything like that, but the timings are like kind of punishing. Obviously, ping also plays a factor into this sort of boss. But it's just a matter of getting used to it. Because I used to feel the same way. I was like very annoyed with this boss because it felt like I was parrying at like the right times. But now I've done this boss a little bit more. I was definitely just parrying incorrectly. Takes a lot of time to get used to it. Oh, what? I was behind you. Hey, why is this going on during the thing? Sticks bugs the sword parry at the start to turn off Hecate when you're going to do burst off cooldown. I feel like for this boss you just burst off cooldown anyway, it doesn't really matter. I think the thing that also makes this boss a little bit annoying for a lot of people is that even though the animations are very similar for P1 and 3, the timings are very different. Let's do Will. P3 timings are BS. They're later than P1. That's why. Like every time that you think that you need to parry, it's probably slightly later. It took a while, but I eventually got used to just parrying later because of it. All I really have to say about this boss is it just comes down to practice. Or like when it comes down to adversary. I mean, as much as you'd like to complain, or I'd like to complain about the parrying feeling awful, there are players who are able to parry every single attack in P1, P2, and P3. So the fact that like these people exist, I mean, it's just practice, right? Kai's parry feel better? Yeah, the parry feels like it lasts longer in Kai compared to adversary. Adversary's parries are like feels really short. Yo, where's the yellow ball? Where's the yellow ball? Need audio. Audio helps. It's because there's more things to like base your timing on, right? Like physically counting like when to do things is unreliable. Whereas like if you have like a sound cue, it helps a lot. That's the case for a lot of things in this game. It's like there's often a timing for a lot of the mechanics for different bosses, and using like a sound cue always helps. But I think much like a lot of bosses, there's lots of different ways to like memorize when to parry. It just comes down to like which way is easiest for you to remember. Every time that I talk about adversary, it reminds me a lot of how people try to teach each other how to do P3 will, specifically for the eyes. I say eyes because it's like the most common way that I feel people have told each other to dodge things. Look at the eyes. I was never told to look at the eyes. There's like, the eyes are like probably 0.5% of the screen. I can't see it. You know what I mean? Like, why am I looking at this tiny detail on the screen when there's like 3 other indicators? So there's that sort of thing. And I think Adversary is also one of those kinds of bosses where, you know, something that might work for you might not necessarily work for somebody else. I still think that like being taught to dodge Will based off of the eyes is probably one of the worst things that's happened to this community. Why are we fixating on like the 0.5% on your screen when you can like look at everything else that Will does at the same time? I don't know. Oh, my music turned off. Do I know how strong new Kinesis is? As far as I know, it's about the same, right? As what it is right now. Like, I don't think it gained very much damage. They just like made it play better. Yeah, I was told to look at like the body shape. Like when he goes vertical, that's when you dodge. Where when he leans back, then you can stay still. Because that's like the entire model, right? The entire model leans back, or the entire model goes straight up. I don't think it's either. It's not subtle either. It's pretty obvious that he's leaning straight up or leaning back. So whenever like I get like new and returning players asking me about Will, I always question like, who told you to look at the eyes, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's not the fault of the player at that point. No, I can't blame a new player for being like, oh, I was told to look at the eyes. It's, like, it's not their fault. It's just a bad way to teach the boss. In real life, when I decide to block someone's punch or kick, I look at their eyes. It also alternates? Yeah. I don't have an issue like with people trying to help each other or anything like that, by the way. Or like, I don't have an issue with the people who made these guides. It's just more like, how did that become such a common thing to teach? I don't know. Seems so counterintuitive to fixate on such a small detail. He actually has quite a few tells. Like, one of them is the posture. That one's pretty obvious. A more subtle detail would be like the number of legs he lifts up. Like, if he lifts up his legs off the floor, that's when you can stand still as well. I think that was how I was originally told. Because I was looking at my character so much, I wasn't really looking at Will. The legs disappearing was actually pretty helpful for me. But the eyes, like, I'm not looking at the eyes, man. It's no shot. How much income does my BAM bring? We'll find out in a second. Should be around 7 bill though. Would be a little bit more if I soloed Seren, but I carry one of my friends, Seren. The eyes are the easiest, but like I'm talking about the amount of space that it takes on your screen. It's literally like 1% of your screen, if not less. It's a tiny detail. For like a new player, that's like, you're gonna tell them to look for a specific detail on the map when they probably are like too busy looking at everything else, you know what I mean? Like, I feel for like mechanics like this, you should be telling them the most obvious tell, not a small detail, even though it's right. Like, whatever works. I'm saying, like, if it works for you, it works. That's fine. It's just more like, for new players, the boss is already so overwhelming. There's so much stuff flying at you. He's attacking you. There's webs everywhere. You gotta cleanse. Like, there's a bunch of nonsense on the boss. And then they're being told, oh, by the way, you gotta look at the eyes. The eyes is what will tell you what he's gonna do. Meanwhile, the guy's, like, vertical. You know what I mean? Why are you looking at his eyes when his whole body is, like, just a... Yeah, I know. This is a pet peeve of mine. Yeah, and there's definitely mechanics that blocks the eyes as well. Or your attack animations, you know? Or your damage skin. There's a lot of things that go on your map. Yeah, it's just not the eyes. Come on, let's stay away from the eyes. We can do better as a community. We can teach people better. Look at the height of the spider. Yeah, that's what I did too. Because if you get certain details covered, at least you can see the rest of it. You trained to look since release? Yeah. I think it makes a lot of sense if it was like so far, like so long ago, where you kind of just like used whatever info you had. But it's been like what? 5 years? No, more than 5 years since Will was released. We can do better with guides. With helping each other at least, we can do better. We should standardize different tells. Let's not look into the eyes of Will anymore. Alright, let's do V-Healer. Do enough times you get it. Agreed. It all kind of comes down to practice. More practice is good. Nope. You gamble on the first one, you let it alternate. I mean, if it works, it works. You hate this boss? I think V-Healer is definitely one of the more punishing bosses when you're not used to moving, like, your character. I do agree that, like, it's a very frustrating boss to learn. Because sometimes you feel like your character is standing inside the right spot for the strings, and then you get caught, and then you get hit by a bunch of other things, and then you get caught by another string, and then you die out. Like, I feel like while learning this boss, that was definitely how I felt too sometimes. Yeah, it just kind of comes down to practice. That being said though, there are some classes that this boss, or like V-Healer, is like very annoying for. Like my Wild Hunter, I actually kind of hate doing V-Healer on my Wild Hunter, because that character just moves so fast. I can't stand in the right spot ever. It's just like walking around the strings, man. Like, why is my Wild Hunter run at the speed of light? Definitely varies, though. The dummy distracts her? Yeah, the new dummy is so broken, actually. Distracts everybody. I remember when they released the remaster for Wild Hunter, and I tried like testing it out. I was so baffled that it actually worked. Because a lot of the other dummy skills don't work. find Dark Nail harder. Yeah, it's a bit different for these other classes. I mean, for the bosses. Everyone kind of has like their own thing that they find hard in the game. I think for me, one of the easiest things about V-Healer is like once you get used to it, the actual movement around the strings and such, the boss is very telegraphed. So you should be able to, in theory, dodge everything that the boss does. It's only the random unpredictable things that tend to make it hard. Like the strings are a little bit random, but you kind of get used to that. Actually, the worst thing about V-Healer has got to be Lotus. Lotus is the worst thing about V-Healer. It's not even close. That guy will punt you into the wall or into a poison or whatever he hits you into, and then you're just doomed. If you can't kill him quickly, that boss is actually like kind of miserable. I always forget what this character needs. Do I still need a belt in this one? I think I do. Did I pity a belt? Apparently I did. Alright, so I'm just gathering coins again. Yeah. The other stuff already 22. That's pretty good. So I just literally need to replace my belt. It's kind of tempting just to finish it. Doesn't have a flame though. Okay, the day that this belt hits a good flame, I'll consider 22ing it. And then I can wear it. I'm just kind of hoping that I don't get too many belt drops now because maybe I could have saved up for a badge or something. It's also a tiny chance that I'll be able to get a TC on this character, but it depends on if we see a TC in the first place. That'd be cool. This character can randomly get a TC. Alright, did I run Black Mage on this character? I did. Did I get a weapon box before? I did. Okay, that's good. Should I actually like start planning where to put these weapon boxes instead of just... actually, I feel like most of my characters should already have a weapon. I'll need to check. Carry Yaplectic? Yeah, I still have my Cannon Masters run. So you can run with my Cannon Master. Badge is open for that one. How strong is this one? 277. Don't worry, JH. You still have a BM run. When are we running that, by the way? We have all the unstarable pitch. Hey, that's pretty good. Oh, I bounced too early. You pitied ET book on your Lin, you're gonna hit book next reset. Oh, it could happen. It could happen. I don't think like pitying the ET is that bad though. Even if you get a spare one, it's not the worst. Then you can kind of, on my mules, JH, I don't know if you're gonna do this, but like on my mules, all the spare like pitch is just going to be me going 1144. Because before I was kind of treating my pitch like with, I guess, care. But nah, it's a 1144 angle now, if I ever have spares. So actually, if I get a spare belt on this character, it's not the worst thing. Like on your main, you should probably do 4 the entire way, but on a mule, I think 1144 is pretty legit. I don't have as much respect for the pitch as I used to. I've been convinced otherwise. Feeling worried you wouldn't hit 280? That's fair. But yeah, the express boosters do hella work. The VIP boosters, express boosters, all that sort of stuff, they do work, man. Especially pre-280. Oh, the triple cooldown skip for Brain Scrambler. That brings me joy. Oh, pardon me. Any FD diff between 10 skip and say 8? I'd imagine it'd be pretty similar. Kind of depends if you actually hit the cooldown skips in the first place. I think for me, I like the cooldown skip because it's very fun. I actually, there was a period of time where for Corsair, it was meta to use the 20 cooldown skip because Brain Scrambler just did that much damage compared to the rest of the kit. Things have changed a little bit, but I do kind of miss it still. I'm told sequence red skill 120s, then order skills. By red skill, you mean like pulverize, or? I think in the grand scheme of it, I don't think it makes that much of a difference, does it? I remember reading this too, being like, it seems like not that much of a difference, as long as your Orochi goes last. Higher skip chance. If the 120s affect the skip chance, then I will do that. Because I don't remember, I don't really know how like the skip chance actually works, you know what I mean? But if you if you press the 120s and it increases your skip chance, then that makes a lot of sense. But then again, it doesn't really matter that much, because you can still skip the skill while it's already up on cooldown, if that makes sense. Like, if your Pulverize is up, you can still skip it. You just get to use it twice. So, does it matter? I don't know, like... Oh. Hello, Liz. Thank you for the raid. How's your stream? Welcome. I was watching your stream for a little bit earlier before. I like being a bunny. Yeah. Bunny Mega Man. I saw that and I was like, what am I watching? And then when I watched a little bit more of the gameplay, I understood. Yeah, I've just been doing, just a bunch of bossing. I want more money to spend on Shining. Just to acknowledge your hello. But aren't you like Uncle Ben on Twitch? How would anyone know? See, I remember though. That's how you know I'm a real one. That's so funny. But yeah. It's time to just run through everything for money. I like how you went out of your way to open Twitch just to say hello. What am I gonna Star Force on my IRL? Probably nothing. I don't have any money, and honestly, I don't think I really need the extra damage right now. I'll probably get back to working on the arcane gloves another time. And honestly, because I'm probably only gonna Star Force it to 17 in the first place, maybe not even 18, don't need to wait for Shining as much. The value for Star Forcing past, I guess, past 18 is still there, but I don't think I'll be doing it past 18. Oh no. Any pitch so far? Not today. Yesterday was a pretty good haul, actually. I got 2 sources yesterday. One on my Kana and one on my Wild Hunter. And a book, actually. So yesterday was a good day. Today, not as interesting. New Kana main. The source, as happy as I should be with it, I'm a little bit annoyed because about a month ago, I pitied a source instead of picking the belt. And since then, I've seen 2 extra sources, and it's kind of annoying. Like, man, if I just waited 2 weeks, I could have gotten a belt and a source, but instead I have 3 sources. That's alright. The game knows, man. The game knows. The moment you pick one of them, the game's gonna give you more of it. Happens every time. What set am I on now? I am on 7 set right now. So I'm missing belt, TC, and badge. So it could have been at 8 set. Could have been at 8 set. Character's so lucky. Yeah, the Kana, like, kind of speed ran its pitch for real. That one, for the amount of time I've spent on it, has seen a lot of pitch. Some of the other ones, like I've been playing for a while, they've steadily got there, right? But in the small amount of time that I played my Kana, yeah, kind of crazy. Where's my pot? I can't see what he's doing. I didn't realize you could cancel that. Did you guys know you could cancel that? The swords. I think that's the first time I've ever done that. No. Did that accidentally. Have any sub drops from Helix on my rel? Nah, I haven't seen anything yet. I've seen a few reinforced, but no subs yet. What's the strat for Pitch Pity? Usually you will pick the one that gives you like the most gains at any given point. I think for a lot of players nowadays, it's probably just like you get your you probably just get the eye patch nice and early, and then get the ET after or something like that. I don't know what the optimal strat is necessarily, but I feel like that makes a lot of sense to me. With rental, you want ET first? Ah, there you go. Yeah, with rentals, that makes sense. I was thinking like without rentals. But I don't think there's a point saving for Pitch Pity, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, I guess you kind of... It's kind of sad if you get a dupe. But the drop rate of them is like so low that getting dupes is like the least of your concerns. At least that's my opinion. Did a bunch of express boosters, took forever? Yup. It does take a while. For 10 of them, it takes like 20 minutes. If you guys are holding on to a lot of express boosters and you're far away from the next area, wouldn't be a bad idea to chip at them. A couple of express boosters a day will save you a lot of time in the future. My eye patch? It's because like, out of all the other gear, it gives you like the best gain in terms of replacement. Before it used to be ET because a 18-star ET would beat out like a 22-star KT, right? But for the eye patch, you can actually star force it quite far for cheap. Whereas the ET, before you would just like sell 18 on everything. It's a bit different now because of the way that the restorations work, that's all. There's like a cost thing for it because now we can safeguard everything. So I think the eye patch is a better gain because it was already pretty close. I think between the eye patch and the ET it's not too different. Oh. Am I min-maxing them? I would recommend it if you can. You might as well, right? It's like, it doesn't take too much effort to go to the highest level map. Oh, I forgot to bring swap. Would I swap to go to 7 set? Only if, like, the stars are high enough. Otherwise, there's not much point. I mean, the easiest way to check is just to put it into your scouter and see how it compares against the subset. If it's only at 18 star, it's too low. Usually when you start replacing your subset, it needs to be like 21, 22 star. Or thereabouts. It's expensive, yeah. It's not easy. Actually, it's like less about it being expensive and more about how, like, how cheap it was to do Golix gear. Golix gear is just very efficient for a very long time. It's so easy to upgrade in comparison to the rest of the gear, and its set bonus is so crazy strong. Your sub belt accidentally went to 24. Accidentally to 24. Oh no, not the accidental to 24. But at least you can be happy with the gain. If your dreamy belt you can't wear it, it just means that you're still making gains, you know? Even with like a full set swap, wouldn't it be better to swap anyway, eventually? Like, if you have enough of it, should still be alright. I'm sure, like, once you swap the rest of the subset off, it'll be worth it. Do I have full set on anyone? My Cannon Master is full 10 set. I think it was maxed pitch before TC came out, and then when TC came out, I eventually got it. Yeah, 50 express boosters. Does it get a full level at 279? 279. 50 express boosters. I'm gonna say probably not. Let me see. I can check for you. 279. My gut feeling says no for 50, but I might be wrong. For one express booster, you get 1%. So 50 of them will give you about half a level. It would have been a full level if it was like before 275 though, for sure. I think for 275, like before that, it's like about 2% per level. Yeah, 1% per booster roughly. So, you know, that's still a lot of VXP though. Still a lot of VXP. Claimed it 24 to make up while deliving. Yeah, if you don't have anything better, like if you don't have a Dreamy Bell to tap or whatever, then that's fair. Still not maining it. The playstyle is like alright. It's not my favorite. I think the thing that always will bother me when it comes to my Cannon Master is that no matter what, it's not a TP class, and I've grown to like be a lot fonder of TP classes. And another thing about Cannon Master is that, well, at least for my one, I didn't get 6 job until I was already like 281, right? So it was already 281 before 6 job became a thing. So by default, it's missing, what, 21 levels of fragments along the way? Like, why would I... It feels bad to farm on a character with that little fragments in the grand scheme of it. So, you know, think of all the people in Challenger World. Like, when you get to 281 in Challenger World, chances are you're probably like 3,000 or 4,000 frags in. That's like how many frags I was missing on my Cannon Master by default. And just like knowing that in the back of my head like made it feel kind of bad to play. So even if I was grinding on the character, I didn't like it enough to like kind of overcome the mental awareness that, you know, it's missing a lot of frags. For some people, like that sort of like, I guess, loss is not that big of a deal. If you like your main enough, you'll just farm past it, right? You'll catch up eventually. But for me, I was just like, if I wanted to farm frags, might as well farm frags on another character. It's not like perm behind. I don't really mind being behind. It's just knowing that that character is so much, so much behind is a different feeling. I don't have a problem with being behind against other people, but being behind against myself feels bad. Like, why would I farm? What? Like, I think I would rather just farm on my other mules. I didn't really like that mentality. I don't really care about being behind other people. Like, eventually you catch up, right? There's an upper limit for all these sorts of things. No, my music stopped again. I need a proper playlist. So dry on EXP coupons in Challenger World. You know, there's always the option to become MVP red. With item burning, should I Star Force? Arcane gloves are a good pick. Accessories that don't conflict with rentals are also really good. So KT is a good pick. Slime ring if you have one. Meister ring if you have one. Dom pendants if you found one. Daybreaks, you know, that sort of stuff. A lot of the rings and pendants are definitely viable to Star Force. Other than that, Arcane Gloves is fine. If you don't have a Genesis weapon, and you don't have a Jenny Pass, but you have a Arcane weapon, that's also up for contention, in my opinion. Because you're going to be using the Arcane weapon for at least another month and a half. So it's a pretty cheap upgrade. It'll be better than the Challenger weapon if you upgrade it with some cubes. But that's up to you. I think that upgrading the Arcane weapon is very dependent on whether or not you want the gains now or not. I can see valid use for it, but yeah. For most people, I think a lot of people have chosen to use just the Jenny Pass, so you don't need to use the Arcane weapon. Alright, so this is Corsair done, except for Seren. I'll save Seren run. I think my Battle Mage, I also saved the Seren run. Yeah, between the Sup Ring and the Pendant, it's just dependent on what you have. I guess you could argue that, you know, you can use the fake Dom Pendant for a while, but honestly, the fake Dom Pendant's kind of crap. I'm not against like replacing it, because alternatively you're replacing like what, an event ring? An event ring's still pretty good. So both ways I see it being, it's fine. Both ways are fine. Alright, all done here. After Vellum. Alright, which one next? Could do Ren. I've done most of my Kanas one. Could do Xenon, Blaze Wizard. You got a Slime Ring every week, but nothing else. You guys got like the reverse treatment. Meanwhile, like, in Hyperion, you're getting everything except the Slime Ring. JH, actually, do you want to run your bosses now? As in, your Paladins bosses? We can run those if you want, otherwise I'll just keep going through my, my list of mules. still working? All good. Then I will keep trucking. Do tonight? We'll see if I'll be home tonight. It is Friday night. I gotta do some stuff for tomorrow because tomorrow's my friend's wedding. Alright. Maybe let's do Blaze Wizard. Kind of feeling like playing a bit of Fire Mage. Hello Fick, how you doing? Alright, what am I looking for here? I have Zerk already. Looking for hopefully CFE belt drops. Holy moly. Frame rate's getting demolished. With this Blaze Wizard as well. It's just these origin skills. I think my computer just hates origin skills. It's too many lines. Can't handle it. Did I ever use a... I don't have a second ring. Oh my god, last door. Should have done a better job dodging. Don't remember if this character can one cycle V healer. Can I clear before test? Maybe. Throwing around some balls. As Blaze Wizard. Yeah, I think I caught that altar a little bit too early. Cleared with your rentals with 1 second left. Oh, nice. Congrats on the clear. I started my burst way too early. Okay, at least I got most of the damage out. Unfortunately, this is not one cycle. I gotta wait through the test. Maybe do another half burst. Didn't realize how broken Hayato was. Hayato is pretty strong. For the amount of funding that you put into it, you get a lot back from it. Ooh, Daybreak. take a daybreak. What do I drop here? Crit damage. Actually, I can probably also chuck out all those arcanes. If I ever work on my arcanes again, I'll just safeguard it anyway. 100 mil Ori. Oh, you cleared Black Mage P1 with no Ori. How good is that? I think my Kana had something similar. Didn't I one burst P1 Black Mage on my Kana like at like 70 mil or something like that? With Origin though. How'd you get that damage skin? This is an old damage skin. They gave this to us in a event like a year and a half or 2 years ago or something like that. I think the only way you can get this specific one nowadays is just like if you're MVP bronze or something. I think you can still buy unit damage skins. That's what they're called. From the events, but yeah, it's only usually on events. I did it with a weapon jump 4. I did do it with a weapon jump 4, didn't I? Crazy class. They gave it from the university election event? Yeah, that's right. Outside of that though, I don't think they ever brought it back. They put it all into like MVP. Give us back our unit damage skins. Anniversary events typically have unit skins? Sometimes, yeah. They didn't for a little bit. We did have an event not too long ago that gave us unit skins, but you had to buy it with Meso, I think. Although, is it in this event? I vaguely remember seeing it not too long ago. I can't remember though. Short on core gemstones. Like node stones? If you're talking about node stones, no, that's it. Outside of events and farming, you can't buy them anywhere. Damage skin from Tower Check. Does it like this? Yeah, for the basic one. Yeah, the last time we had this specific damage skin was from the Maple University event, but you had to vote for the right team to win. And other than that, it's just like you gotta be MVP. They gave them out a lot like ages ago, but they haven't done that since. In an accessible way, at least. Ooh, ring box. Still looking for a continuous 4. Weapon jump 4 would also be nice. Ooh, weapon jump. Ooh, weapon jump 3. Okay, I can use that. I will use that. Hello, Amon. Anything new? I got a weapon jump 3. My first weapon jump 3 on this character. Trying to set up my sequence so then it doesn't like mess up my mini burst. So I can specify this as ring of restraint now. Roll 35, 40, 30 boss in your secondary. When do you replace it? In Challenger World, that's pretty good. At least when it comes to bossing. You don't really have that many forms of boss damage early on. It's basically like a slightly worse version of 3 lines of attack. Or maybe it's quite a lot worse, I don't know. But it's still like a good stat line. If you wanted to do like another secondary, I would like encourage you to make a second one and then roll a second one. I wouldn't like cube over that. Like, yeah, ideally you don't have 3 lines of boss damage, but 3 usable lines is pretty valuable in Challenger World. You just take whatever you can get. Because your income is already so limited. Nice, I actually have a mini burst now. Very good. How long have I played this Blaze Wizard for? I feel like I've had this character for a while. It took this long to get a weapon jump 3. Not even a weapon jump 4. Although I can't really complain. I'm pretty sure I got my raw like really early on this character. But still, took this long. Raw 4 after 8 months. Yeah, they gotta really add a way for like for players to get, you know, their specified rings a bit earlier. I guess now it's just raw and continuous, but like they really should add a way for us to do it. Are you guys Destiny living? Yeah. I'm working on my Kana to Destiny lib. But right now, I am very much lacking the points to do any of that. But it's getting there. I did my Seren mission the other day. That was kind of nice. Make ring boxes tradable? Yeah. I think now that they've done so many of the rental events, like Raw 4 is not that like rare anymore in a way. Like you can just pay 100 mil for it, right? So I think tradable boxes in Hero could be nice. With the fam things, is it easier or harder to get fams? I don't really understand what they did. They just kind of said that they messed up some stuff. My understanding is, like, if they kept the 35% boss damage and 30% boss damage in the rotation, but they just changed it to 40, then it's a good thing. If they remove that, then it's like slightly worse. Not sure if that makes sense. I didn't really understand it, but at the same time I didn't really bother to understand it. Could have rented, yeah. The renting is nice until you have your real stuff. It's a small cost. Finally embracing a main. Yep, only took like what, 5 years? We got there. But yeah, my Kana is on its way. I'm still kind of like just working on its gear as well. I'm waiting for my Eternals. And then I can push the character. In terms of like other drops outside of Eternals, I'm waiting for a belt to drop, badge, and TC. Like those are the main items. Other than that, I do have like smaller gains I can make. I could like just fix up my pots and such. So yeah, it's kind of good. The Corsair is the main. That one's on a different account, yeah. It was pretty lucky for what it was at the time, I agree. It was a fun time. But I think ever since moving to Hyperion, because I've like played so many characters, the concept of luck is just so like random now. Yeah, like it's easier for me to say like, oh yeah, this character's lucky. But it's like so sporadic. Some characters go on hot streaks though, I'll say that much. I think my Kana's probably on the hottest streak at the moment. Compared to any of my other characters, the Kana has just been like non-stop, it's insane. Can I do End Seren on this character? What's my Sacred Force at? Could probably 3-cycle. I mean, one cycle it. 250. Could be. So you should it take you to make a C10 mule? Completely depends on how fast you want it to be. If you want like a bare minimum C10 mule, you can clear like the bosses within, you know, half an hour each, or let's say 25 each. You're probably not actually looking for that much. Probably just need to get to like what 50 mil combat power, and you could probably comfortably do that on most classes. Obviously, with like the stronger classes, you know, you need a little bit less, but to get to that point, assuming you're not just using item burn, maybe 50 to 60 bill, maybe a bit more than that to get the pots as well. Like it wouldn't cost you more than 100 bill to get a character, you know, somewhat able to do C10. But if you want them to be fast, it will cost you quite a lot more, and it gets like exponentially more expensive as well, depending on the speed. For this character, like the pacing that I'm doing about like 5 to 6 minutes per C10 boss at most. It's probably like 200 to 300 bill each. I want to say at least 200 to 300 bill each. No, where are you going? Come back. How do you deal with things like FOMO, getting back into things? For me, when it comes to FOMO, like, I know that in this game, it's like a permanent marathon, right? No matter where you are in the game, like, the feeling is the same. You're always gonna feel like there's stuff to do and there's gains to make. And for me, knowing and realizing that that's gonna always be the case, like, no matter where you are in the game, there's stuff to do. There's no rush. Like, ever. There's literally no rush to do anything. And once I unlocked that mentality, I just did whatever I felt like. Like, if I felt like doing certain content, then I'll do it. If I feel like doing dailies, I'll do it. Doesn't matter. It's like a never-ending marathon. Like, if I ever get to a point where I want to do, like, specific content, I'll go out of my way to put more effort into it. Like, for example, if I want to get to 280 in Challenger World, I'm gonna have to farm, right? Like, there's no being slack about that. I can't want to be 280 and then do nothing about it. But for the most part, it just kind of comes down to realizing everything in Maple is just like a never-ending wall. So why rush? There's no need to rush anything. There's no need to be completionist about anything in this game. You just do what you feel like. It's like, what does it matter if I finish my dailies? Like, I do all of my dailies, like, really efficiently for a month when it, like, speeds up my my arcane symbols by a week at most. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind just taking it easy. Oh, actually that kind of works. Except my chickens are facing the wrong way. Actually, this is. Is this an okay pace? I don't know. It's looking kind of sus. Doesn't help that I'm just getting hit by everything. Yeah, that's kind of how I think about it. I actually skip a lot of like the dailies I can't be bothered doing. Like, you know, we can do up to 28 monster parks a day. Hell no, that ain't happening. But at the same time, I want to hit my goals. I have some like specific goals, like I want my Kana to 286. So like, you know, sometimes you gotta take a loss here and there if you have like specific things you want to get done. But like if you have like, you don't care for your levels, for example, you don't have to do Monster Park, it's fine. I know how much people harp on about, man, Monster Park is so broken. I ain't got time for that. I don't want to do that. I didn't do Monster Park for the longest time because of it. No. Don't engage, I'm so close to getting out of P1, please. Okay, you know, that's winnable pacing. That's not bad, not bad. It's just one Eternal at the end of the day. Like, yeah, even if you had your 2 Eternals, right? You would still be doing the same content. Like, think of it like this, you get 1 or 0 Eternals. Your end goal is like, you want to try to get Eternals anyway, so that's not going to change. After you get your first Eternal piece, or second Eternal piece from Kai, and then you go off and do End Carlos and stuff. Well, are you going to stop doing End Carlos after getting your first Eternal piece from Carlos and being 3 set? You're still going to do the content, you know what I mean? Like, there's really no rush. Even after you finish your Eternals, you're still going to be doing the same content. Like, sure, you'll get there a little bit faster, but in the grand scheme of your account, you're still doing the same content. The key to this game is like not about the speed. It's always been about like consistency. Actually, no. There's 2 factors. There's consistency and luck. Let's not deny ourselves here. Luck plays a big factor in this game. W gacha game. Actually, this is 1 cycle, isn't it? That's good. It's got an item called Twilight Mark. Yeah, Twilight Mark is good. You probably won't be using it that much in the Challenger world, but it's if you don't want to use rentals anymore, it's a really good item. Very good for. It's good for your drop gear as well if you decide to make it into drop gear. If it wasn't for the item rentals, I would recommend upgrading it, but right now, like, you're in no rush to upgrade it. Item rentals are just, like, so much more efficient at the moment. Getting to 280 is too tight? Yeah, dude, getting to 280 is actually, like, the hardest thing about Challenger World, in terms of, like, clearing all the stuff. Unless you're grinding a lot, it's pretty hard to get to 280. Okay, this run is definitely a lot faster than I expected it to be. Kind of griefed myself on the timing though. I missed my mini burst by like 10 seconds. So I didn't use the weapon jump swap. Can't even do Enkai at 280. Yeah, that's also another problem. You also need the damage to actually do the boss. But then again, I guess if you're playing like a non-KMS class, it's a little bit easier. In this case, he's playing Hayato. Hayato's a good class, very strong. Yo, why are there so many pillars? Leave me alone. Just let me attack you in peace. Do I need to be 275 to do more damage to Carlos? Like, E Carlos or... I think... Is N Carlos 280? Or was that C Carlos? I don't remember. Some of the numbers of these levels, I mix up so much. Oi! E Carlos is 275. N Carlos is 280. C Carlos 285. Oh, there you go. So technically, for E Carlos, if you level past 275, you do get some damage. Ah, I can one cycle Insane on this character. I should probably start doing that. E Carlos might be 270. Let's have a look. Let's suss it out. Checking my... Whoever like posted it, I think it was Parsh, he put it into the Discord like a year and a half ago. It's been so clutch. Ah, it's 270 for E Carlos. So for E Carlos, you won't gain any more for levels. N Carlos is 280 though. You think it's possible to do double dipping on rentals next week? Patch gonna take a while. I mean, it's probably doable. Hey, did I just get a ring box? Alright, come on. Give me something good. Oh, weapon jump. Please fall. No. Another 3. That's alright. Damn. The one day that I get the weapon jump, I get 2 of them. I don't want to be in the ant tunnel anymore. Get me out of here. Oh, Warplot would have got a weapon jump 4. I think he does have a weapon jump 4. He's got a raw 3 weapon jump 4. So you're not wrong. He's got the opposite problem. Is this Reverse City Subway? No, this is Ninja Castle. Alright, let's block green for variety. Let's do some trick shots. Hello, Tulls. Best Gundam TCG? That's a good question. I don't know if I'm ready to play Gundam. Dude, I'm so annoyed that Melbourne Regional is still on the old ban list. Sigh. What's the point of saying effective end of July if it doesn't actually affect tournaments end of July? That's the point. The whole point for these ban lists is for them to be effective when they're effective. What the hell is this? Am I still upgrading my mules? No, not anymore. Makes me kind of sad. I enjoyed like upgrading my mules, but now it's yeah, less of an incentive for sure. I'm like dumping all my money into my Kana. It's also got to the point where it's like, why would I 22 star my mule's pitch when I can 23 star my Kana's pitch? In terms of like attempting it, right? Like going from 0 to 22 is going to be the same cost for regardless of the character, assuming, you know, average luck and whatnot. So why would I ever try to 22 my mules anymore? And that makes me sad. I like tapping my mule's pitch. But my Kana's gotten like spares and stuff, so I should probably work on those. It's so stupid. The 2 pitch I ever pitied on my Kana, I kept getting spares of. I pitied the eye patch and I pitied the sauce. And I have like 3 eye patches and 3 sauces now. This game is cruel sometimes. Do I sell out my boss crystals every week? Nah. I sell like probably 130 at most. 150. It's like 100. It's in that range. But I do not sell out. If I do everything, I still don't cap. Because I currently play 11 characters at most. Like this character, for example, I have so many spare things. I can start chucking out these Estellas, I don't need them. Like I have a Zerk waiting in the back here. I have technically another pitch here. But I can't work on this character. It's too far down the list. It's too far down the list. Because then it's also the case of like, why would I work on my Blaze Wizard when my Battle Mage could be better? Like the OG main. I'm pretty sure I have the CFE and belt waiting to be Starforced as well to 22. And that'd be like complete. 9 set Battle Mage. After this character, what can we do? Could possibly run another mule? Do like Xenon or something? Oh man, I missed the bind. Just want mules that can do C10 in 30 minutes? Yeah, that's me. I really don't like some of my slower mules. I have weaned off of doing slower characters. I just work on these ones until they can do it fast enough. How do you not cap? It's 180 cap. So even though I sell 14 for 11 characters, it's still 150 also crystals, right? I think you need like 12 and a half. Is that it? 12 and a half or 13? Thought 140 was cap. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 180. Low grave. How do you keep up with the cooldowns? You kind of get used to it. That's the best way I can put it. I had the same problem actually when I started playing my Kana as well. I was like constantly looking at the skills coming off cooldown. But eventually you kind of get used to the rhythm of it. You don't look at the hotbar as much. You can also put like the signal on, like, you know, the little sound and notification on the bottom. So whenever I hear or see that, I will have a quick glance at the hotbar and then press the skill. You can also play with the screen flicker, whatever it's called. And that'll tell you when things cooldown skip, so you just start pressing it. I think a future goal of mine is also to run bosses, boss mules that, you know, can just do C10 and call it a day. Like, I don't want to do these pleb bosses anymore. Not that there's anything wrong with doing it right now, because, you know, money is money. But it's like, how long does it take you to, like, teleport to C-Vel, do C-Vel, do Von Bon, do Pino, do Akechi, do CPAP, right? Magnus. Like, all these bosses. That's like, what, 7 bosses? Let's say, like, it takes you 30 seconds to a minute to go through everything. Not including, like, the cutscenes and everything. Let's just do one 5-minute C-Vel. One 5-minute, C10 boss or something. And call it a day. This is the same money. Same amount of time. About 100 times the investment, but it's fine. Start going through all of them. Start running just the C10 mules, yeah. Like the pitch pity bosses. That's fair. I thought about doing that too. But because I don't really like cap my crystals anyway, I figured I might as well just do the easy bosses. They don't take that long. It's kind of the same vibe as like you do your daily arcane river symbols and stuff, right, on a new character. But then do you bother to do labyrinth and, you know, all the tenebrous stuff? Yeah, for some characters it's worthwhile doing, but you know, I would like to cut those out if I can help it. Congrats on book. I don't know how many books this character has. What if I can get the mega book on this character? I have a red book, you know, yeah, we're getting there. Do it for the EXP? Yeah, but you're not gonna do it for the EXP at like 275. I would rather the character be at 275 than doing that EXP. Nah, but the EXP is actually pretty good. I definitely do it leading up to 270. It's like a whole Monster Park run early on. Crazy good. And Monster Park is good EXP. Taking a break from farming? Yeah, that's fair. You know, there's also, like, if you're not too fussed about your levels and stuff like that, you could definitely wait until haste starts and then save your, I guess, momentum for that. Like, I get that you mentioned that you wanted to clear Kai so then you can get the second Eternal, but like, if you can't get to 280, there's no point forcing it, right? Might as well take it easy, take the pressure off, and then wait for haste and actually get to 280 at a reasonable pace. Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm not getting that second Eternal. No matter what I do, I can't get it. So it's like, whatever. Haste starts before then? Ah, does it? I wasn't sure about the timing, that's why. So, what's the, like, that date cutoff for the second Eternal? Is it like the end of August? Oh, sorry, end of July? End of July. Oh, okay. Honestly, at 277, like, you have a pretty good chance of making it to 280 before that. Because if you're planning on grinding for haste anyway, you get like 1 week of haste. You also have like more express boosters. The burning express thing is like still on as well. You're gonna get heaps of EXP still. I think you'll be alright. Even if you take it easy. Yeah, you'll be alright. It's hard to like throw away the FOMO. Like, was it you who asked earlier about like how I don't like fall for it, sort of thing? Half of it is like also realizing you have more time. For me, it's just like I just stopped caring about it. Maybe I should have waited for poison. Operation Dive? Oh yeah. Part 2. The single cookies for Enkai? Wait, we get single cookies for Enkai? Wait, have I not been picking these up? This guy's giving me a heart attack. They're like, what are you talking about? Well, we get single cookies. Unmod his ass? If he wasn't carrying me so many bosses, maybe that was the appropriate response. Look, he said oh, and then he just disappeared. He just left. He closed the Twitch chat and he's gone, guys. He's ashamed. I actually originally thought that we got single cookies as well, and I was like kind of concerned that I didn't get anything on my first clear. But yeah, we don't get anything. You get nothing. You never bother checking? Honestly, like, because I heard that we got 2 cookies for HKai, I also kind of like thought that we got 1. So, you know what? Of all the things that you said, this one, I can't really flame you for that much. Because I also thought for a while that we got like a single cookie for Nkai. Because, yeah, we get multiple for HKai, right? I thought it was 2. I'm saying like with the original information before it gave 3. Because didn't KMS get 2? Because I knew that KMS got 2. And then I thought that because of that, Nkai would give us 1. Because every other boss, you know, if you get multiple cookies, then it's half for the smaller version. Nope. You can imagine my disappointment when I cleared Nkai for the first time and I saw that nothing dropped from the boss. It's like, wait a minute, do we not get like half of it? Nope, we get nothing. In which week do you need to do it? Not next week, but the week after. It's like the end of July. Do the extra cookies do anything after the world leap? Or are they just like, do they just disappear on world transfer? Why is it not picking up? Legacy cookies, they expire. Ah, that's a shame. Would have been cool if you could convert them into something else. I mean, there's always an incentive to do a HKai. Would be nice if those cookies had like multi-purpose after the world leap. But maybe I'm too optimistic there. Expire at the end, I see. Legacy cookies. Man, they should bring back easy Carlos and easy adversary half cookies. Give them back. Oh, actually, now that I'm doing End Seren on this character, I could... Oh, I'm only doing End Seren during events. Maybe I'll just leave it there for now. I need more Sacred Force on my mules. I haven't really bothered doing dailies and stuff. Maybe that's what I should do with the additional symbols in the future. I kind of need them on my Kana at the moment, but I guess if we get extra symbols from events, I can start chucking them onto these characters and actually make them End Seren mules permanently. That'd be good. End Seren should give a 1/12 of a Mitra box. I think that might be too easy. Maybe if H Seren gave a 1/12 of a Mitra box. End Seren is too weak for that sort of reward. Do you know who should give a 1/12 of his pitch item? Black Mage. God, every time that you do Black Mage, you get a 1/12 of his badge. Why is that guy so stingy? Like, he barely gives us anything. Give badge when you liberate. Honestly, like, why does he only give 1 core? You know what I mean? Why does he only give 1 core? 1 whisper. didn't start the auto harvest. Sag. Classic storage of a proper account main? What do you mean? There's a bunch of crap in here. No, my flames expired. Oh, too many explore. Yeah. I mean, look at this. I got like an expired vac pet in here. I think on Kronos I have like 5 of these in my storage. I refuse to use them. Purple pouch. W. But I lost that. Oh well. I personally don't craft those stat potions. Just getting more purple pouches. That's good. Whoa, 666. Class is my main? I main this Kana. Before my Kana, I was more of a Legion main. So I kind of just played everything. Or anything that I thought was interesting, at least. So I have a lot of boss mules. Purple? Yeah, I have a lot of boss mules that can do C10E pretty quickly. Didn't really stick on a character until more recently. Nothing but glowing. Exlo still drops Absolab. True. Too stingy. Well, at least every expedition gave me a couple of purples. Purples are kind of nice. Alright, let's swap to... Swap to this. Start my dailies. Got a random 4x coupon. When does this expire? Expires in like a month. Okay. I need to start using my Sunday boxes. Because I don't think that these get transformed into the 3x coupons, do they? Free to run now? It won't be able to focus. Oh no. Got a bad feeling about this. Alright. Let's do the pleb bosses. Well, they're making the new boxes, but I don't think the old Sunday boxes get changed. They're just gonna make every 2x into 3x, right? Like even the Legion ones? I've heard that the ones from the current Sunday boxes don't get changed over. I'm not sure if that's true. And also, I think the 275 meso per 30 minutes is pretty good. If that's in Challenger World, it's pretty good. Does it feel like too much work? For me, it's not too bad because, like, I do at least stream full time. So in that respect, it's kind of like I'm literally just doing my job in a way. But yeah, I can see why. If I wasn't doing this full time, the amount of time it actually takes me to go through and do all these things is quite time consuming. Hey, where'd he go? W Paladin iframe. It's too good. Challenger what made you realize how much time you spend bossing? That's true. Bossing and just doing dailies. Like, this Challenger World was the first time in a while that I actually did dailies on multiple characters. And I gotta say, I don't love doing dailies on multiple characters. I remember why I only do dailies on one character at a time. But Challenger World is a little bit different because I'm like making videos and stuff. So, it's okay. Like, I don't mind seeing the extra time because I'm actually making content. Whoa. Whoa. You watching the Ren prog? Oh, nice. My Ren was kind of crazy lucky though, in some aspects. I really like the Ren more, mostly because of the Vac Pet. W Vac Pet. Wait, did we both origin at the same time? Oh no, his origin's after. What? I got called by that. Yo, Woplop's got a fat head. Alright, swap to drop. What's the gear looking like? I can show you in a sec. Right, sauce. Sauce for our boy here. Nothing. Oh, I don't have to turn off my fams. Nice. This is what the gear is roughly looking like. It's not an actual rune force shield. This is the combat power 132. Hexa, non-existent because it was 270 or 267 before 6 Job came out. These frags I got from like a couple of high mountains basically. This is like nothing. I don't even have Hecate on this character. But yeah, everything is like 21 or 22 star. Nothing crazy. Triple prime weapon though with IED. I wouldn't say like any of the gear is like crazy or anything, it's just stuff. My goal is to get 260 on the Hyperburn. Now you're 260, you don't even know what's going on. Yeah, so when you hit 260, a lot of it kind of comes down to like doing your dailies and doing Monster Park consistently for most of your EXP. Grinding is like... In Maple, grinding is not that efficient compared to your dailies, at least in the early stages. Actually, I don't think grinding's ever efficient, really. In terms of like time spent, they give a lot of EXP from just dailies, but you do grind because you get other resources from it. But I understand that's not like everybody's ideal gameplay. I'd say like for MapleStory, if you don't love the bossing and you don't love the grind, I think it's fine to like, it's like you said, like it's not that interesting for you, right? It's like it takes too long for what you expect from it. And I think that's fine. Like, this grind is not for everybody, that's for sure. But I think that's where the fun of like playing MapleStory seasonally is, right? Like you play this game once every you know, 1 or 2 years, or like once every 6 months if you want to catch like the seasonal content, and it's good. Like burning is fun. It's fun just doing like the bare minimum and getting pretty far and then trying out some new content that maybe you haven't tried before. Experiencing the power creep and all that sort of stuff. And then you, yeah, if you're not into it, it's fine. To buy pet snack reward points, it should be under like where every other thing is for the reward points. I think you can only buy one per month though, right? I don't remember if they made it unlimited. Oh my god, I'm almost dead. I lost all. Yeah, grinding in MapleStory becomes a much more like important activity when you hit 6th job, because you start farming not necessarily for EXP, like EXP is definitely a part of it, right? But you're also very much there for the fragments that drop. It's once per month? Oh, there you go. If you've already bought it, then you might not be able to get another one for another like 13 days or so. How's the Legion champ? Oh, the Champion Legion? I think that the Legion Champion system is kind of fun. I like that you're able to like have multi-purpose, like strong characters, more than just like there for money. It's nice that like you can assign characters to give your other characters damage, basically. It's not like meant to be a system to rush. It's one of those ones where you just kind of do because, you know, you might as well. Which chameleon is best? Green, pink, or orange? This guy just orange in the eye. he just orange in gloom. I don't think it changes the number of bursts anyway. We still need to like 2 burst this boss, but kind of funny. I think between those 3, I like the green one. The green chameleon. Hello, Domri. Don't mind me just being dead in gloom, and the guy did origin on a closed eye. Don't worry about that. Took 1% off? True. But that 1% could have been 10%. When we get to 10%, it'll be JH's fault that we haven't cleared. What are your plans with your income in Challenger World? I'm just trying to go for hybrids right now. Because if I'm going to farm and try to get to 280, I'm going to try to get hybrids. Help! Man, if JH didn't origin, we could have been out by now. The fact that we didn't have to... Actually, because the eye was open the entire time, maybe this was faster. Legit. Because we didn't skip any opens. The eye was just open the entire time. So maybe he's just big-brained it. E.T. Beam. No. Nothing. Don't plan on farming that much? Yeah. If you're not farming, then hybrids are like less necessary. It's just like there's not really much that you need to actually upgrade in Challenger World, to be honest. Like, if you're not doing that, you're just saving your money to use every week for rentals, right? Which is fine. Like, nothing wrong with that. It's just, that's all there is to save for at that point. There's no like further purpose with the meso other than make farming gear and then trying to replace your challenger gear somehow. But you're not gonna make like a significant amount of progress anytime soon in Challenger World regarding the Challenger gear, and you're also not gonna make that much of a difference on your gear early on against the rentals. And then there's like the whole spares problem on top of that too, which is, you know, makes it difficult. Origin weapon? Are you talking about like the Genesis weapon? The Genesis weapon, it just takes time to learn how to do the bosses and get the damage to do it. For somebody who hasn't like really like progressed in the game, it's a pretty daunting task, but it is definitely more accessible now than it used to be. You don't need to clear Black Mage anymore if that's what you're worried about. I know for like some older players, it sounds kind of weird, but you don't need to clear Black Mage anymore. You can still very much slowly liberate just by doing like the early game content. Like if you can get to Hard Lucid, Hard Will, which is very, very doable even for a new player, even if it's in a party, you can liberate, although quite slowly. It used to take 8 months, and that's 8 months assuming that you cleared Black Mage. Right? You had to actually constantly or consistently clear Black Mage. That's no longer a problem anymore. Or you can get red dot carried. Yeah, you can absolutely get carried through it, assuming you have the levels and, you know, you stay alive. So in theory, you can still liberate pretty quickly. It's just a matter of like, is that what you want to do? Chaos Dragon thing, Bellum and the girl. Oh, right, it's like CRA. Yeah. That's like one of the first weekly bosses that you get up to. You just kind of like slowly get there. Like, you kind of got the hard part out of the way, honestly. Like, you can get into level 260 is like kind of the hard part. Yeah, it took me a second too when he said Mecha Woman. I was like, Mecha Woman? You know, it's not really wrong though. It's not wrong. So bad with names, nah, it's all good. It's funny just hearing it like that because I haven't had Sea Queen get described like that before. But you're not really wrong. Now fastest is 3 weeks. Yeah, it depends on Black Mage, but you can get it done as fast as 3 weeks. No. Oh, unless he's talking about Lotus. Lotus is a dude. But is Sea Queen like a mecha woman? Oh, that's the first thing I thought of, just because like kind of the robotic nature of starting the boss. I don't know. Well, regardless, I'm sure a lot of people thought Lotus was a woman to start. Alright. Nah, Lotus is a dude. His sister is a woman. Ah, Lotus is very much a dude. Oh, armor box. Oh, can we skip slime? I don't want to do slime. We have to do slime. You missed Neo Tokyo. I don't think I was really playing when Neo Tokyo was a thing. I think the only experience with Neo Tokyo that I had, other than like that the return event, was I remember doing this monster park. I remember looking at the map and being like, man, this feels so out of place. Whoa, we got blasted. We keep dying to the same sickles. What are you buying in the Illusion coin shop? I think I bought one of the rings. I bought the... What else did I buy? Maybe some lodestones? Can't remember off the top of my head. Something like that. Blaze Wizard Hurricane class now? Yeah, it is. It's pretty good. I actually quite like Blaze Wizard. So much so I have two of them. That look identical. Ooh, ring box. Alright, let's see if I can get a raw 4 here. Oh, wow, I have a lot of garbage here. Crisis HM2. When's the patch? For that, I think it should be after the September one. I don't think we'll get it this patch. MC got it like really early. You got chop wood and gather minerals. You can sleep peacefully now. Nice. There's a W gain. All these bosses. But we haven't seen a single drop yet. Alright, surely we can get a slime ring, right guys? We haven't seen anything. No twilight marks. Nothing. We gotta get this guy something. Actually, last week I got him an emblem. So surely, at least a slime ring. We got emblem and book so far, which is kind of crazy. No star forcing required for 2 set. Very good. Alright, I don't think we need to do Lomian. So I can be free after I break this box. Oh! Actually a slime ring. Nice. He was so surprised that a slime ring actually dropped, he walked past it. Alright, does slime deliver? Continuous ring. Oh, only continuous 2. Alright. I mean, we got a arcane armor box, that's something. Alright. Pretty good amount of bossing there. What else do I have left? I still have my Ren. I still have... Well, I finished one of my Blaze Wizards. Xenon, Marksman, Mechanic. Plenty to do. Alright. Not bad, not bad. I don't think there's too many more things I need to do here. Did I check in here? That's done. I need to wait for tomorrow. Should I put this point into my grandest symbols or should I put it into Monster Park? I mean, it's like 1 extra symbol. Then I have to wait 2 weeks to be able to get another point in this. That's a long time. Wait, is it 2 weeks or just 1 week? Only 1 week. I honestly kind of want the symbols more on this character. Just because I'm so far behind. But will it actually make a difference? Maybe it will make a difference in the long term. I'll just grab the symbols for now. Don't really care about the EXP too much. I can make up for it by grinding or something. Yeah. I think though, that might be it for today, because it is Friday. Gotta do stuff for dinner and things, I think. Because alternatively, I would just end up like just grinding for another half an hour or something. But I'm pretty happy with what we got done today. 140 bill. I don't think I'll be able to get much more done by Sunday. So 140 bill going into Shining. I have a good chance that like a couple of these go into 2022. I can try for some 23s there. Because if it's about 50 bill per 22, I could realistically get 2 attempts here and there. So this one's basically done. That shouldn't cost too much, hopefully. I can try maybe 2 more. And then if I have spare money, then I can work on my mules for the first time in ages. Oh, then again, I do have 2 slime rings. Yeah, that's fine. I'll figure it out. Anyway, that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. If you guys are watching over on YouTube, please do give the stream a like. Helps me out a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys again after the weekend. Good luck on Shining Star Force if you guys are planning on spending money. And yeah, have a good weekend. Take care, guys.